We're back with the lovely Anije Lambert. Anije, how crucial, you believe, is the role of today's young Guyanese in the development of the country?
Very, very. I mean, our youth in Guyana is, we are we are our next leaders. We are the ones who are going to be placed with the responsibility of managing this great country with so many resources. And we need to invest in them. We need to make sure that they are educated. We need to make sure that they're motivated. I'm not sure if you guys are aware that over 85%, roughly 89% of our graduates migrate looking for betterment. We need to tell our young people, tell our youth that Guyana is their home and they need to invest in it. It's sad when your youth is uninspired and they're not motivated to actually invest. It's sad when you speak to someone and they tell you, "Oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And they tell you, "Oh, I see myself in America." I mean, it's good to travel and to migrate and to learn, but it's sad when they see that betterment can only come from a North American country. It's. I think there has been a sense, speaking to some young people, there has been over the years a sense of hopelessness, and we need to address that right now. I mean, there are so many young individuals that are saying, "You know what, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to develop this country." But there's so many out there that are saying, "You know what, I think it would be wonderful if I go to Hong Kong. I think my life would be better if I go to Chile." We need to do something about it. I need to do something more.
I so wanted you to stay on this thread, but there are some other very important questions I want to ask you. Like, how do you? I want to go back to your business. What do you look for in the people you hire?
Well, being in research, we do a lot of test and measuring. And I think for anybody, whatever business you are in, you need to test and measure. So I love, we deal with behavioral analysis. So what we do psychoanalytical test. I know some people might be like, what? So what we do, we test their personality to see whether or not they're
Is that so?
a good fit for the gen. Yes, we do. We send them. We send them tests. My team sometimes are fed up with me. I'm like, I need to know your progress. I need to know how you think. I need to know whether or not you'd be best suited to be out in the field interacting with strangers, or you'd be best suited behind the computer doing
All right.
test research.
Let me just run to the chat room and read some questions I'm seeing here. GB said, this young lady is confident and eloquent. I hope you make up for the time lost at the end. Okay, sure, I will. Terry asked, she has employees? How many employees if she doesn't mind?
Okay, so I tell people that we have a core team of 10.
How many?
But it's more, a core team of 10, but
Of 10?
it's more. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But it's more depending upon the project. Sometimes we have individuals who are linked to the project at 30. Sometimes the project is regional and they're like 5 in this country, 5 in that country. It depends. It depends.
Did you just say regional and country? And you have
I have
employees?
team members. I have team members. I call them team members. Because people think a lot of times, oh, you have this and you're doing this. I have an amazing team that supports me. Like, they're brilliant. I mean, if you don't have a brilliant team behind you, you're not going anywhere.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is your team?
Oh, 10.
10.
10. Can I say 11?
11.
11. Like,
Sure, you can. Terry asks, how do you get clients?
how do I get clients? We've been about 2 years, and we've been doing direct marketing, which is we present to various ministries, various NGOs, organizational bodies, and referrals. Like, I tell people, I said, I started this company being a research assistant company, and I was really adamant about it being confidential. So anybody asks me, what are you doing? Oh, well, I do research. I won't really get into details. So for my first year, company thrived off of referrals from clients. Oh, you should check her out. She does this. So I really was happy about that. But I knew that the company had to grow. So we had to invest in better marketing strategies. So one is direct marketing. Go to various ministries, policy organizations, and tell them what we do.
How many competitors in your field?
There's some established companies that are responsible for market research, about 3.
Okay.
In social research, but so far in Guyana, it's not really. Research is something that a lot of consultants do on an individual base. So I guess it's.
Go ahead, Anije. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say it's unknown because there's so many consultants who dabble in the area of research.
How can
here in Guyana?
How can a potential client find you?
Oh, definitely. Well, you can visit us on our website, which is www.pdc-research.org, or you can contact me directly, and my email address is anije@pdc-research.org. So Anije is spelled Anije, actually.
What are 3 core principles you live by, or you live or do business by?
3 core principles. There's so many, but I'll start with 3 C's. That is something that I subscribe to, and I remind myself every day. So, build confidence, build competence, build capacity. Confidence is going to get you through the door. Competence is going to help you stay there, and capacity is going to help you go further.
Go that over once more.
Confidence, build confidence, you build competence, and you build your capacity. So, as I said, this is going to help you stay there, and capacity is going to help you go farther.
So confidence gets you in the door, competence keeps you there, and capacity what?
Is going to help you grow and go far. Yeah.
Even the chat room said, "Are you really only 22? The government should hire you." Wow.
Government should hire me. Wow. Well, probably they have. Yeah.
You are also a freelance writer, Anije. How did this excursion into the writing? How did this begin for you?
I really don't know. I guess I began writing. I realized that some of the pieces that I used to write for university, they were pretty good. I mean, I liked it. I think it's a hobby. It's something really therapeutic for me. And actually, I'm a contributor. I contribute to Business Focus, Antigua, and like other small business-based magazines. And I have a blog. So I guess it's something my mom says, your gift will make a way. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm the best writer. I just know that I'm talented and there's so much for me to learn. And because I have a thirst for knowledge and I want to know more, and it's also one of my hobbies. Like I was looking at my resume,
Yeah.
and my sister was looking at it. I sent it to her, and she said, "Anije, you are so. This is your hobby, knowledge attainment. What is wrong with you?" So I said, yeah, because reading and writing, I just really want to know. Like, I just want to know. Tell me more. How can I learn? I don't care who's that person. It could be a child. What is your perception, or what do you think about the world, or what do you think about the, kind of cyclist on the road?
So
I
after
just
so after being in business for a bit, what is the one personal asset you really value?
one personal asset that I really value. I would say that would be grounded in my faith. I think that is what, even when things go south and I probably have thoughts
Mm-hmm.
of giving up, I think I know that the fact that I'm grounded in my faith, the fact that I have a relationship with something much higher than me, um, is what keeps me going. It's what helps me to keep the balance.
Anije, anyone listening to this would say, yes, she's confident. Yes, obviously she's gotten here because she's competent and she's been able to build capacity. So there's some measure of success at your age, having been in business for only 2 years. But what keeps you grounded?
My faith,
Your faith.
my faith, because the truth be told, some individuals were given the gift of confidence and boldness, but how do you take that gift and not abuse it and turn it into something such as prideful, or such as being prideful or arrogant? I mean, through my years, ever since 19, I mean, 19 at 19, I was given the opportunity to tell doctors what to do. People came to me at 19, and I really, that kind of really built up my self-esteem. But I had to also learn how to be humble and learn how to understand that you never stop learning. And I had to learn to be humble. And it's something, I think it's one of the greatest gifts that was given to me, the gift of humility and not being egotistical or prideful or sharing. I was just finished. I came out of one of the meetings with CEOs of one of the top-ranking financial institutions in Guyana, and there was this really this air about me. I was like, yes, I've arrived, but yeah, I was just like, yes, and I remember going up to my uncle and saying, "Uncle, I'm 19. I graduated with a distinction. Do you know I brought all straight A's last year?" And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." And I was like, "What?" But I remember having a dream. Like a couple nights later, I was on this white horse. I was riding and riding, and just full of it, and and I remember something in the dream said, "You need to come off or else you'll fall." I remember thinking, what people are going to say if I come off this beautiful white horse? What's going to happen? What are they going to say about this girl? And I remember actually acknowledging and saying, "You know what? I need to come off." And I came off, and something like in the dream, something said, "You're going to learn to walk, and you're going to learn to run, and then you're going to learn to soar." And I think that dream kind of changed me as well, because I realized that there's something that a lot of individuals pretend to be humble. I call it feigned humility. They
Well,
pretend, oh, I'm so pious and I'm so open. The reality, they have this perception of themselves that they know it all. And I've been there, sadly. But after that dream, I realized that there's always room for improvement. There's always room to learn and to grow. And you learn from everybody, and not because you've been blessed with the opportunity to consult or with the opportunity to do this. That means, you know, you 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 can consider yourself a god, you know. So I think that was one of my biggest and lessons, is to come to a place of humility, come to a place where I just want to learn. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you are. How can I learn from you, and how in return can I be a blessing to you, and how I can share my story to others and tell them, you know, be careful. Don't let your ego get in the way of things. You know?
What are most people surprised to learn about you when they get to know you?
I don't know. When they get to know me, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's that they're both surprised.
That you're a singer?
I would say that, right? You were saying the telepathy in this room is real. Yes, I was about to say that. Excellent singer, you know, but no. I guess it would be they're probably amazed at the fact that I could remain my level of joy. I think that would be it. And my positivity.
Positive. So for those days when you don't feel like getting up and doing what you need to do, who or what gets you out of that mindset?
Oh yes, the days when you just want to sleep. What gets me out of that mindset? God. I read my Bible, and I meditate on certain scriptures, and I realize that I'm not doing this for me alone. I'm doing this because I want to be a vessel. I wanna show love. You need to step out of yourself. I mean, if you want to be motivated, step out of yourself.
Yeah.
Never look at who you are or how you feel. Well, so what gets me out of bed is just stepping out.
Anije, I have to ask you this question. You are a very attractive, brilliant, innovative, and young. And at 22, you know, you own your own business, you manage people. But this is a period where young ladies, you know, life is let me phrase this right. Young ladies' life are filled with suitors, and you know, you were able to establish early on in this conversation that you're focused, and your work takes precedence over going out and party. But how do you manage to stay focused with and I'm going to use a presupposition here, with all these young suitors that come after you?
I don't know about all of these.
I tried, I tried. Don't make me look bad on live television. I tried.
I think really and truly, I've been, you know, I encounter some of the most respectful young men out there that are brilliant. You know what? People don't really come to me with like, you know, sweet-tongued, you know, jargon.
What?
They're very respectful. Like, I tell my friends this. I said, they're like, Anije, you know, all of these amazing young men, you know, what's going on? Help us out. I said, it's like sometimes they ask me, don't you look at them? And I'm like, yes, they're brilliant, and I would tell all the good aspects that I know of them. Oh, this person, he's a computer analyst and he can do this, and this person is a researcher, this person is an entrepreneur with this really cool idea. But really and truly, I've been having a lot of like respectful conversations. Most of them are just basically project oriented or solution oriented. And I think my friends believe. I think once my friend told me that they're intimidated by me. But
Is that so, Anije? You think so?
I don't think they're intimidated by me. I mean,
they're respectful. They're just respectful.
They're so respectful. Like, I don't have problems with, oh, this person is, ringing. Okay, that's a lie. I do sometimes have problems, but it's not to the extent. I mean, the truth of the matter is, if you want to grab my attention, it's simple. Come up with the creative project. Let's work on it together.
See.
Like,
so. Okay, moving right along. Let's say you are sitting in front of me 5 years from now, and we are celebrating some accomplishments or an accomplishment. What will we be celebrating?
I would be celebrating the fact that we were able to place over 1,000 students, undergraduate, graduate students, on projects in where they can apply practical knowledge.
1,000.
So 1,000. I'm going for 1,000. You know what? I should go for more. I think I'm gonna go for 5,000.
5,000 students. Wow.
Yeah, 5,000 students the next 5 years.
So where do you see PDC in 10 years?
I see PDC with a board. I see PDC as a conglomerate. I see PDC with various aspects, not only research, but also technical aspect, also a social solution-oriented aspect. Also, if possible, a medical aspect.
I'll make a prediction here.
So I see as...
Go ahead, Anije. You.
Yes. I just see it, I see us not only being focused so much on research, but just expanding our reach in various sectors, technology.
Would you like to hear my prediction?
I would like to hear your prediction.
The first Guyanese female, young Afro-Guyanese female billionaire.
Amen.
You receive that?
Amen.
You receive that?
I receive that.
Good.
I receive.
Good. What is one message you'd like your career to say about you as a young Guyanese woman?
My career path, my accomplishments. What would I like for it to say about me as a young Guyanese woman? Well, first, I'm patriotic, so
wow.
Definitely I want people to say she's from Guyana, and when people say, "Oh, Anije is from Guyana," you're from Guyana. Okay, please come and work with us right now. You're from Guyana. I want my career to say that. I want when people hear my name, they not only think of me, they think of my country. When I make recommendations, people will hold high value to that. So I want it to be something not only that for me or for my family to come, but for other young individuals who have a dream and want to pursue it, not only in the area of research, but in the area of, I guess, generally project development, whatever that might be.
What do you believe is driving the young Guyanese entrepreneur?
That is a good question. That is a great question. Their passion, their innovation, and their boldness. And also their audacity to say, you're not going to stop me. I don't care who you are, who you think you are. you're not gonna stop me from pursuing my dream. Yeah.
What surprised you the most about your accomplishments so far?
What surprised me the most? We just signed a contract so far with a really big company. I'm not permitted to say, sadly, but
That's
it's an
okay.
international organization, and they're making waves. Like they're making waves.
Congratulations, Anije.
Yeah,
Congratulations to you and PDC.
thank you,
So,
thank you.
what have you learned about yourself in the 2 years you've been in business?
I learned that when I'm stressed out, I like ice cream a lot. I didn't know why I liked ice cream so.
I don't know why you had to call that word, but anyway, go ahead.
Yes, but on a serious note, I learned that I think it all comes back to being open to knowledge. I
Hmm.
learned that it's so important to learn, and it's so important that when you have knowledge, you can build a firm foundation, and that foundation is going to lead you to many things. So over the past 2 years, it just compounded my belief that knowledge is important and you should never ever stop learning whatever field you're in. You might be an expert, you might be a world renowned expert. You have to continue learning. So the pursuit of knowledge and also humility, I learned that a lot. And I also learned confidence because sometimes as young individuals and entrepreneurs, we sometimes forget who we are and forget our purpose and calling, and we begin to down on ourselves. We think, especially if you're a perfectionist and detail oriented, you begin to just wonder, oh my God, you become addicted to finding faults.
What is
So I also learned to acknowledge your wins.
acknowledge
Yeah,
your wins?
acknowledge your
I
wins.
like that. What is your deepest fear about doing business in Guyana as a young entrepreneur?
My deepest fear. Um, I started the company off dealing primarily only with international and regional clients, because my fear at that time was that my country wasn't going to accept me. They weren't going to accept a young 20-year-old girl who just came out to school, um, and because we've been employing, as we've been sending out letters to become employees as what we believe were next steps, and they rejected me. So my fear at the time was that my country might reject me again and say, even though I had the confidence, of international companies, uh, and they had confidence in me, but to come to Guyana and be like, okay, I'm doing this, are you going to come on board and support me? My fear was rejection.
Mm. Um, well, let me go to the chat room for a second. Ronald said, I love this young. Well, before that, Eve, would you hire older people, 35 and up?
Yes, actually, we have.
Okay,
Again, I mean, older individuals, they have an abundance of knowledge that we need to tap into.
got you.
It's a
And Ronald said, I
great.
love this young lady. Saw her on your Sunday program. Amazing. Why does she insist on hiring other young people? I think you answered that in the beginning, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But and I'm only doing this before. Sorry, Ronald. In the interest of time. And G said, I'm amazed that Anije and the others who have appeared on CWS as it is seem to be automatically living a course in miracles. These young people really are role models for their elders. I have a few more questions to ask you, Anije. What still surprises you about this young girl from a small village on the east coast of Guyana?
I I think what surprises me is my tenacity. Um, and what still surprises me is sometimes if I'm in a room and I have to take charge, I just do it. And in my mind, if in my mind I say, like if I was to sit in a room by myself, I'd probably be like, no. But when things when reality hits, I come on board and I lead and I inspire. And I think I think that isn't just myself alone. I think that, God has given me, like, he builds me up, he's my source of love. And because of that source of love, I'm able to lead, and not only lead and be bossy and be rude and not care for someone, but lead and motivate and educate. So I think that is what surprises me. If I was to take myself out objective persona, the Anije at home and the Anije at work, or the Anije by herself and the Anije in a group, I think that is what surprised me.
When are you most happy?
When I'm most happy, I'm most happy during my prayer time. But second to that, I'm most happy around my family, and I love to see my mom and her siblings get along. It's like a joy. Like I love it. Like, I love to see my family and the grandkids and the cousins and talking about life and sharing stories.
What are you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? I'm most proud of the fact that I actually followed my dream and I didn't let fear take the lead. That is, yeah. I'm happy that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say I'm happy that I overcame fear.
Good. Finish this sentence for me. I look forward to Sunday evenings too.
Spending time with family.
Okay. What are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful that I have a relationship with him and his son, Jesus. I'm thankful that I've been blessed countless times and I've been given the opportunity to meet the right people at the right time. There's something that I tell people, you need to understand that there's a need for divine connections. I mean, there's a lot of theory on networking, how to effectively network. But if there isn't a divine connection, it won't make sense to go to seminars and tell people, hi, my name is Brian, and I do this. And, they just listen to you, smile, and then forget about you. I'm thankful for the fact that people are taking the opportunity to listen to me right now.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 15-year-old self?
I actually wrote a letter on that. I would tell her that you're not a weakling.
You're not
15,
what?
I thought.
You're not
a
what?
weakling.
Oh, a weakling.
A weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At 15, I thought that I came from a sheltered home and I wasn't strong enough to face the world. But I would tell her that you're actually really strong. You don't know the strength that is within you. I would tell her that forget about the people who call you nerd and forget about forget about what others think of you. Just follow your
Last question for the evening.
Follow your purpose. Follow that peace.
Last question. What makes you laugh out loud?
What makes me laugh out loud? I love to laugh. What makes me laugh out loud?
You tell us.
When you ask me that question, I just think about my baby cousin dancing. Like, I really love that child. So I get, yeah, and just really enjoying, my friends and watching television and making jokes and watching a funny show. I've been looking at this sitcom called Blackish. Yeah, Blackish, I think. I like that. I don't know. I started about a month ago. I probably watched a few episodes. Not a lot, but so far it's very funny to me.
Well,
So,
Anije,
yeah.
you have been amazing, wonderful, eloquent, and very generous with your life and your time. So I want to thank you very much for spending this time with us and sharing your life. Well, I mean, you're only 22, but sharing your journey with us. Thank you so very much.
And thank you so much for the opportunity. And to those who actually spent their time to listen to me, thank you. And, I'm privileged. It's a blessing. So thank you.
You're welcome. And this is Selwyn Collins saying thank you for tuning in. Fear not what fear whispers to you. Fear your obedience to it. Good night.
Jamana de